Sheriff Center next to Chris McLaughlin. I'm Canoa Leahy. C-Mac, take us through the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Loyola Chicago, better size matchup. Unlike last weekend, the Ramblers will be large at the net. 3 6'9" middles and 1 7'2". Warrior hitters will need to be crafty. And for UH, get the track shoes on. This Rambler offense is very fast, both to the pins and the back throw bit. Track shoes necessary.
Feature matchup here on a Thursday night across the college volleyball landscape. A top 10 showdown. Number 2 Hawaii and number 7 Loyola Chicago. Hawaii off to a 2-0 start this season. The Ramblers making their season debut. And here we go. Louis Sakanoko will do the honors. A high toss. We're playing volleyball, and it starts with an overpass. Hawaii with the advantage. Oh, an overpass by Tatriski, but Trent Rosenthal, the long arm of the law, able to still make it work.
Does it help to be 6'10", Cano? I don't know. What do you think? Or 6'11" now?
Yeah, don't shortchange him here.
I'm losing track.
The Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Same starting rotation for Hawaii as we saw both nights last week. 1 serving 0. Sakanoko this time blasts it long. Charlie Wade stressing all week the importance of serving aggressively, but also serving in here against this very speedy tempo of the Loyola Chicago Ramblers.
You don't want to be giving a team like Loyola Chicago any freebies, that's for sure.
Here's Daniel Fabakovic on the serve for the Ramblers. Good pass there by Louis. Gets the set on the back row and smashes it. Well, during hitting lines, Louis Sakanoko was putting on a show, and that continued right there on that attempt.
You and I are grabbing each other as we're watching Warm's heads on a swivel, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He was just crushing it.
Hawaii flashing some heavy artillery in the pregame. Fravel Jordan floats it long. And so a couple of out serves already here for the Rainbow Warriors. Now Brad Bell will serve for Loyola Chicago. The middle blockers for the Ramblers, and over on 2 goes Rosenthal with one of those vintage slam dunks.
Rosenthal with 2 kills already. I thought the opposing center, McElligott, would be the aggressive one tonight, because he's a lefty, but so far it's been Rosenthal.
Saw Shane Davis, the head coach for Loyola Chicago. Great up there by Sakanoko. Had to sacrifice his body on that one. Adrian Ward got blocked the second time, and the second time was a roof. So Adrian Rohr, who put up incredible numbers last week, averaging 2.8 kills per set, hit .577, denied that time. Alexander Sosa, a transfer from another MIVA program, Quincy, in his first year with Loyola Chicago, getting a piece of that one. 3-3 here in set 1. Rohr goes cross court to Tatriski, skips it off the high hands. And Hawaii taking the lead in what has been a seesaw battle here early on in the first. Charlie Wade in year number 17 atop the program. 321 career victories. Of course, now the winningest head coach in Rainbow Warrior volleyball history. This is back row, and that's Fabakovic dug up over the net. They're going to go D-set Sosa through the block and down. Alexander Sosa, who touches over 12 feet. We mentioned he is originally from Serbia, but was playing at Quincy the last couple of years, was an all-MIVA guy there, was clearly their go-to guy, and has had to make the adjustment here now that he's with the Ramblers program.
Yeah, he was all MIVA last year and led the league in points scored, so the guy knows how to put the ball away, that's for sure.
Quicker offense here for Loyola Chicago that he's had to get used to. Here's Sakanoko, and the block is up. And it was Aiden Klein, the middle blocker, who got the gist of it. 6'9" junior from Evanston, Illinois. Another guy who touches over 12 feet, and we saw it on the elevation there.
Yeah, the middles for Loyola so big, and they jump high. As you said, touching around 12 feet or higher.
So 5 serving 4. Backside is Tatriski. Over the double block and down. A little too hot to handle that time for Bryce Robbins in the back row.
Quality pass that time. Quality set. and Chatrisky got it right in his wheelhouse.
You see the numbers from a year ago. In 2 matches versus NJIT, 3.8 kills per set, hit .439. Also averaged the block per set. 5 aces last week as well for Christian. Here's Justin Todd on the serve. Good pass there by the libero, JJ Soa. And then Sosa is blocked and roofed. So the Manoa Roofing Company punching in for their nightly shift.
Last week they were on fire. Tonight, getting their first block here on the 11th point of the night.
We had 23 total blocks in 2 matches against NJIT. 6 serving 5. That was a nasty serve. Great pass, but the hit goes wide. Aiden Klein, the timing was a little off there. And you can credit that Justin Todd serve for just throwing it off by a nanosecond or 2.
And Bryce Robbins with that great pass of a tough Justin Todd serve.
Justin Todd, he has been a story. He has started at middle. Now 3 straight matches here this season, even though he was practicing as a pin hitter throughout the fall. Goes just a hair long there on that attempt from the line.
Justin Todd's so versatile. He can go opposite, he can go middle, he can go to the left side and hit. He just says, coach, put me in wherever you want. I just want to play.
Klein goes into the net. And now it's Christian Chatrisky to serve. 6'8" sophomore from Sofia, Bulgaria. Had 19 double-figure kill matches in 25 career matches so far in a Hawaii uniform. And goes long with the serve. And so Hawaii already with 4 service errors and no service aces. They were pretty clean from the service line through 2 matches last week.
Yeah, this isn't how Charlie Wade planned the serving to go tonight. I'll tell you that for sure.
And now Ryan McElligott, the 6'5" senior from Mundelein, Illinois. Lefty setter. And Travell Jordan getting the set from Tread Rosenthal, depositing it for Hawaii. A good setter matchup tonight with McElligott, a senior, all MIVA first teamer a year ago. 6'5" lefty. He could definitely turn on the ball on that second touch. And of course, Tread Rosenthal, who has certainly grown physically and as a bit of the true leader here for this Hawaii team.
Yeah, that's what I was really looking forward to tonight, is the setting matchup.
Middle said that hit into the twine by Brad Bell. And so Hawaii up 3. That's the largest lead for anybody here in this first frame. Hawaii hitting .444 here to start. Loyola Chicago, they're at negative .333. It's the serve and errors that have allowed the Ramblers to get off to a better start on the scoreboard, and maybe that will help them find the rhythm as Brad Bell just demolished that set from McElligott.
McElligott showing confidence in Brad Bell, going right back to him saying, show us now what you can do.
Rosenthal backside. Here's Chatrisky from behind the line with the broad jump that brought him all the way to the twine.
Wow. What a jump. Great set by Rosenthal. A little bit too close to the net, but Chatrisky manages to chase it down.
3 swings, 3 kills for Christian Chatrisky. Hawaii up 3. Back row, that's Fabakovic. They call him Fabi. 6'6" junior from the Czech Republic. Head coach Shane Davis refers to him as our best overall player in the gym, and he says it's always a good thing when your best overall player is also your hardest worker in the gym.
Yes, great work ethic. Other guys got to follow his lead, that's for sure. Second team All-American last year.
There's Lucas Anderson with the southpaw serve. And Roar able to go off the hands and out. So Hawaii's transition offense, pretty rhythmic here so far in this first frame.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for Hawaii's offense tonight is a bigger block they're facing. They're going to swing high and hard off the hands or find holes in the block.
Oh boy, some headhunting there by Aiden Klein, and the victim on that one was Quentin Greenidge, who wasn't able to matrix his way out of the way.
Great set. Even though there's one blocker up. Klein does a great job of twisting wrist away there.
Yeah, got to hand out some helmets there when Aiden Klein is swinging. I mentioned how high up above the net he gets as that serve goes long. So it's 13 serving 10 here in the first. Loyola Chicago, a team that won 25 matches a year ago. They finished tied for first in the MIVA in the regular season. Won the MIVA tournament for the 4th time ever and the first time since 2015, which was their last national championship season. They went back-to-back in 2014 and 2015 under Shane Davis, who is now in his 2nd stint as head coach with the Ramblers.
Tough to win back-to-back, I'll tell you. And he's done it.
Where's Robin? That one tickled the tape. Diving pass there by Greenwich, and then Tatriski goes off the block and out. The one-hand back set by Rosenthal. That was a beauty.
I think this is top 10 Sports Center worthy right here. This set by Tatriski, or by Rosenthal. He steals that ball from going over the net, pops it up over his head. Tatriski, ever the ready Tatriski. He loves getting set, by the way. The more you set him, the better.
Justin Todd, that pass over the net. Louis finds the open floor. And Hawaii gets the 15 first in the first. And this crowd drinking in the positive start here in set 1 for the home team. The offensively.
Tonight the offense is continuing in Kanoa. Hawaii hitting .615 so far. Just gaudy numbers. Loyola Chicago hitting only .111 off to a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah, 5 of Loyola Chicago's 11 points coming off of Hawaii's service errors. And that serve forced the overpass, and Travell Jordan was the beneficiary. So Justin Todd, nice little run here from the service line. Hawaii has scored the last 3.
Whenever you can get your middles to score points, it's a huge, huge advantage.
What a pass there by Soa. Outside Babakovic. The dig there by Todd. Rosenthal, that one came out wobbly. Rourke got dug up in the back row by Robbins. Set up Babakovic, 3 blockers up, and he's able to roll it over and down.
It's rare in men's volleyball that you tip the ball like that, a little roll shot, and have it go down to the floor. This is a power game. It's not a soft tipping game, so rare for that. That just shows how the experience of Babakovic and how good he is.
Yeah, 2-time All-American. Rosenthal going back row, and Adrian Rohr. Air France cleared for takeoff from behind the line.
He and Sakanoko have made their mark already tonight with a bick apiece.
17 serving 12.
Bick being a back row quick, for those who don't know. Back row quick.
Here's the middle set, and that one ripped into by Brad Bell. Poor Quentin Greenwich. He's just kind of there in the hitting zone, so to speak.
Well, that's one of the things that makes him good, is he knows where to go. Unfortunately, sometimes the ball arrives quicker than he thinks.
Yeah. The serve by the delegate, and he serves it long. Are we seeing a little bit of just some first match type of dustiness here for the Ramblers?
I think so. This is not, I predict before the night's over, right now they're hitting 250. Before the night's over, they'll be hitting over 300. And the more serve will be going in on both sides, I think.
3 service errors now for Loyola Chicago. And there's an ace. I was about to say, no service aces yet for either team, but Louis had other plans, and that was a laser beam. Timeout, Ramblers. This is slow motion, folks. Don't blink an eye.
Have a warm-up, we'll see.
Charlie Wade telling us that Louis served 76 miles an hour in the practice gym. Oh, and he did try to roll it over, and that time sent it into the string. Should have just let him rip it again.
I know. Hawaii, way too many service errors tonight. Hawaii with 6 now. So Loyola of Chicago has got almost half their points from Hawaii mistakes.
It's a great pass by Greenwich to Tatriski. The block hadn't fully formed on the Ramblers side. And Christian Tatriski taking advantage.
Kanoa. It doesn't make any difference if it's form. He's hot right now.
You could have 4 blockers up sometimes. Tetrisky is batting 1,000. 5 kills on 5 swings. And here's Finn Kearney coming in as a serving sub. The 6'5 sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona. 20 serving 14. Backside, that's Sosa, and the block by Rohr got a piece, but nobody was home in that deep corner. And so Sosa gets another kill. That's his second.
Really good pass by J.J. Soa that time off a tough serve.
Soa now in his 4th year with the program out of Orange, California, in Mater Dei High School. Had a career 19 digs versus McKendree last season. And there's Treb going over on 2. He makes it look like it's a tennis court net when he does that. And it just feels like an unfair advantage at 6'11".
Picks up his 3rd kill already. And you see the block is not ready. The back row is not ready. The off blocker is not ready.
And then he floats it over, pass by Fabakovic. Backside, Sosa down the line. A smoke show by Alexander Sosa.
That was hit with some authority there. A good pass. You see Hawaii's middle blockers are committing with the Loyola middle, leaving the outsides one-on-one.
16 serving 21. Sosa to serve into the string. That's the 4th service error for Loyola Chicago. You're starting to see, as you predicted, C-Mac, a little bit of the rhythm starting to come on the side of Loyola. They're now hitting 357 after toiling in the negatives early in the set.
Yeah, and their serving will get better as well.
Roll serve there by Rohr. Middle set. That one hit long by Klein. No touch up front. And Hawaii closing in here. 23 serving 16. It is the largest lead for the Rainbow Warriors in set 1, and another timeout signaled by Shane Davis. Shane Davis, who, when he first took in the first time through the head coaching job for Loyola Chicago, as an alum, one of the great setters in Loyola Chicago volleyball history. He was 23 years old. And he said, hey, man, I was coaching guys who I played with, guys who were my roommates, you know, my group of friends. He said, I had to move to a different apartment building. I had to kind of create some separation because I had to realize, hey, look, the relationship's going to be different because now I'm the head coach. And he said, hey, I had to learn on the fly, but what an incredible job he did.
In a word, he said it was a mess. He said, I was a mess. The situation was a mess. It was really hard to coach at age 23.
And then he goes to Northwestern to coach the women's program for 8 years. Said he learned a lot about relationship building in that endeavor. He says, now I come back, I definitely feel like I'm a more well-rounded and overall better coach. He took over the program once again last year, and they won the MIVA tournament for the 4th time. And he has a very interesting addition to the staff. Let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji to explain more on that.
Hey, that's right, Kuno. Well, a familiar face to many Warrior volleyball fans is Dalton Soberg, the middle blocker, former middle blocker for the University of Hawaii during his time here, of course. Helped lead Hawaii to that national championship run back in 2019. But during these last few timeouts, Soberg talking to the blockers about their hand positioning, something that Dalton knows all too well, having trained here in the Stan Sheriff Center, trying to get his team to be in better position blocking against his former team. Back over to you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, Dalton looking a little different by comparison to his hairstyle in his playing days. But, yeah, he is a budding coach. There's the difference in the look here. Yeah.
You know, Shane Davis has really given a lot of responsibility to Dalton Soberg, a young assistant coach. Soberg's got the middles, scouting, international, and practice drill.
How about that serve? Oh, the French connection is calibrated from the service line. Sakanoko lit a fuse with his ace, and now Adrian Rohr, his colleague from France, able to deliver an ace out of the deck as well.
He's a really good player in Soa. Soa's been passing great.
Aloha ball here in set 1, and just like Louis, tried to take a little something off and hit it into the net. So Hawaii still sitting on Aloha ball in what is a pretty lopsided score here, despite 7 service errors. They're hitting 667 as a squad in set 1.
Early in the year, you don't expect the offense to be this finely tuned. Offenses usually get better as the season goes on.
That one popped straight up in the air by Greenwich. So Rohr going to set up Sakanoko, and a good dig in the back row there by Jake Reed. From behind the line, it's Sosa, and he's able to get it down, despite the layout effort by War.
I thought the serve might have been out, and I thought that last swing might have been out. But War took it.
Third set point here for Hawaii. Pass by Greenwich, that time a better one. Back row, War. He chose violence to put the punctuation mark on. And some of the adjustments that Shane Davis had to make in the offseason was having to replace the production of the two-time MIVA Player of the Year and four-time AVCA All-American outside hitter Parker Van Buren, and also an AVCA second-team All-American middle in Nicodemus Meyer. And that is a lot of production that you're going to have to compensate for here. And obviously this is weekend number one for them. And that's something that he's looking to do here in this first matchup with Hawaii.
Looking for that offensive production.
Middle set. There's some production in the middle for Hawaii from Justin Todd, the redshirt sophomore from Houston, Texas. Graduated in 2023 from Honolulu High School, where he was a prep All-American. Spent 1 year over there with the Namenihune program. One serving zero. Float serve there by Rosenthal. And how about McGilligan getting in on the action? Says, yeah, I can do that too.
Did he take a page out of Rosenthal's book right there? Almost looked identical.
Ryan McGilligan, who played during the summer with several Hawaii guys.
Played with Wade. Played with Rosenthal. Played with Travell Jordan. And I think he knows the Hawaii's lineup about as well as he knows his own lineup.
So one serving one. And that one blasted long there by Hayden Klein. 15 returnees total, 5 returning starters for Loyola Chicago. But again, losing 2 key components. And they do have some depth, though. Shane Davis telling us, in fact, in the middle, they have a multitude of some very exciting and intriguing middle hitters that we might see, depending on how things go here this first weekend. Bryce Robbins, one of the many, many pin-hitting arms on this roster. He hails from Phoenix, Arizona, just like Finn Kearney. And in fact, they both attended Sandra Day O'Connor High School. Saw them shaking hands with one another prior to the match. He's able to get that kill. 2 serving 2. Back row, there's War. And Adrian gets his number called again. The 6'5" sophomore from Lyon, France. AVCA first-team All-American a year ago. Have you seen improvement in his game here through 2+ matches?
Oh, big-time improvement. He's much more consistent. He's taking the. I think he's making a better decisions on his shot making.
Outside here, Sosa block. Got a chunk there. Todd with the dig. Back bump set to Treesky with 2 hands. Just put it to the middle of the floor.
I thought for sure that Rosenthal was going to use his hands to back set it to the front left attacker. Instead, he back bumps 35 feet across the row, across the court, and then to Treesky. That should have been blocked. Let's be honest, it should have been blocked.
Yeah, Sosa pulled off there that time. Wasn't sure what was coming. And then Sosa gets pegged by Justin Todd as he was standing out of bounds. And it's an ace for Hawaii.
These cards come out. Justin Todd, I'm telling you, he brings it from behind that service line. Makes a big difference in Hawaii's output. He missed the ball. He was out by 6 feet. And he gets an ace. Go figure.
5 serving 2. Took a little something off that time. Middle set and forget about it. Travell Jordan says, ah, ole, solo style in the middle of the net.
Delicate last time repeated, went back to the middle attacker who just made a mistake. Let's see if he does it again.
Jordan, the transfer from Grand Canyon out of Mesa, Arizona. 6'10" sophomore. Hawaii's version of Air Jordan. He gets up so high. And there's another ace. Justin Todd is in his service bag right now. And it forces a Loyola Chicago timeout. Hawaii has has a squad with 4 of a kind, 4 aces, and they're up a handful by Justin Todd.
He's had a couple of good serving turns tonight that have given Hawaii separation.
That's 5 straight points right now for Hawaii. And are you for real? A hat trick here on this service run for Justin Todd. Oh, the ace towels working hard here tonight in the arena.
Notice he used a different club that time after timeout. He wasn't going to give the big heater. He was going to take something off and make sure he kept it in.
That's an overpass. Oh, but Jordan could not take advantage. And a missed opportunity that time.
Travell Jordan owes Justin Todd the biggest plate lunch he can find, or Pokeball, go figure, but his favorite food, because that was an absolute put down.
What a service run there by Justin Todd. Cross-court bump set from Tatriski to Sakonoko. Layout save there, Fabakovic. Here's Sosa, skips it off the hands and down, and the Ramblers going to try to find some traction here in set 2. Yeah, Justin Todd at the service line, that was looking more like a dodgeball match, really, than anything else.
Yeah, it was.
Five kills for Sosa on 7 swings, hitting .571. Right side, here's Tatriski. And it's one of those things, do you make mention of it? Do you treat it like a pitcher in baseball? I don't know. We can just tell you the stats. That's our job. But 7 swings, 7 kills here so far for Christian Tatriski.
He's uncanny right now.
Looks the serve over. Back row, Fabakovic off the block, and look out in the front row. Greenwich giving chase, unable to get there. Greenwich, another one of those high-profile transfers for Hawaii, 5'8" junior from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Transfer from University of Windsor. Good pass there by Greenwich. Back row war. One hand up by Brad Bell, but the Ramblers couldn't scramble to return it, and another kill for Adrian War. He is pulverizing the volleyball here tonight.
I have never seen him hit the ball so hard. He just seems so in control of himself, moving the ball around, hitting them where he wants to.
Here's Sakonoko. What are we going to get here? A high toss. Made sure he got it in that time. Middle set, and that one delivered in the sweet spot there by Aiden Klein.
One mistake Louis made there was hitting that soft serve to their best passer. He needs to keep it away from the libero. That Soa knows how to pass the fig. I'll tell you, he's good.
Yeah, Soa has really lifted his game over the last couple of seasons. Earned the starting libero job midway through 2024. And there's a joust above the tape that is won by Tread Rosenthal. 6'11" in length. Those huge mitts for hands. He'll be winning a lot of those in these situations.
He's so athletic as well.
And a little bit of an example of how he physically has developed. Remember, he's still only 19 years old here at the start of the season, and yet you can see the strength has certainly increased for Tread Rosenthal. Another good middle attack that time by Aiden Klein. Yeah, what else have you seen here in Tread Rosenthal's game, and now this his junior campaign so far?
First of all, his blocking, I think, is far superior to the past. I think his set decisions are he's getting better every night. And his calling his own number is also a good thing to see.
Backside, here's Tatriski off the block and out. Stay hot, kid. 12 serving 7.
The question now is, should Tread Rosenthal just set Tatriski every ball?
Good pass there by Louis as well. And Tread Rosenthal serving up some guava jelly here so far in this match. Sosa lights that one aflame Goes down the line. And Quentin Greenwich wasn't able to come up with that one.
Really good swing by Sosa that time. And you notice that Greenwich was right there, the right spot. He knows how to line up behind the block just perfectly. Smart player.
There's Lucas Anderson, a junior out of Manhattan Beach, California, on the serve. Louis sets up Roar, and he gets denied. There were 6 hands across for the Ramblers that time. And they get the roof, and they're within 3 here in the second. So Hawaii hitting 600. Just 1 hitting error, but look at Loyola Chicago. They're hitting 667 with just 1 hitting error.
A couple of on-fire offenses, huh?
Pass by Greenwich. It's an overpass, and it is hit out. Brad Bell could not take advantage, so we've seen that a couple of times by middles on either side of the net.
I think the score's 1-1 there.
So 13 serving 9. Adrian Roar will now serve. Had 33 aces a season ago. Good pass there. Fabakovic gets the set on the outside. Dug up by Greenwich, but to no avail. And Fabakovic now with 4 kills on 6 swings. He has no errors.
Starting to warm up. I told you that the Loyola offense wouldn't sit at 110 like it was in the first set.
And that serve is out. It's now 6 service errors to no aces for the Ramblers. Shane Davis telling us we're not really a high-risk, high-reward type of service team. He feels like he has a lot of different styles at the service line. He says we don't really have any 2 servers that are alike, but we try to be a little bit more precise if possible. We're not necessarily going to just grip it and rip it, but they've had now a collection of service errors that have hurt them at bad times. That would hurt anybody if they got in the way of that swing. Brad Bell demolishing that set.
That was a thing of beauty to watch that one. Great connection between him and McGilligan.
Fabakovic to serve, 11 serving 14. Loyola creeping here, down by just 3. Middle set, Jordan. He was high above the net, forces a scramble play. Free opportunity for Hawaii. Rosenthal backside to Treesky, blocked and roofed. His first hitting error of the match. And it is Bryce Robbins who got most of that one.
Bryce Robbins at 6'4", touches 11-9 though. He's no small block on the outside there.
Serving 14. That one pulls Rosenthal off the net. Sakanoko, 3 blockers waiting, got blocked. Greenwich with the cover. Sakanoko a second time, takes line and gets it in. And that one had a little spice on it as well. Hawaii gets the 15 first, but we got a more competitive second. Plenty of volleyball left to be played here on night 1. Hawaii led by as many as 6 here in this second set when they were up 8-2. We've had 2 ties. Loyola has not led yet, but you see the hitting percentages in the second. Kind of a flip-flop from what we saw in set 1. And out of the timeout to Treesky with the service error. Hawaii did not have a service error yet in set 2 until that attempt right there. And Loyola within 2. So perhaps the most pressure that we have seen Hawaii have to face here yet this very young season.
Yeah.
As Aiden Delorier, 6'3" freshman from Eastport, New York, on to serve. Good pass that time by Roar. Backside to Treesky. The set was off the mark. He couldn't do much with it. And the hops of Bryce Robbins. He has some serious bounce. It was evident there as he gets another roof. And it is a 1-point set 2 right now.
A little surprised that Roosevelt didn't go to the middle, try to reestablish that middle attack.
Pass by War is a beauty. Middle set, Jordan laying the smack down.
Did he hear me? Did Trent hear me when I was talking just then? I don't think so. My voice isn't that strong.
He's known to be a good lip reader, though, so maybe. 16 serving 14. 3 kills now for Travell Jordan. Sakonoko to serve.
Almost took out the Loyola coaching staff there. Solberg just took one in the shoulder.
Dalton Solberg, this has to be a pretty cool feeling for him. First time back in the arena in a long time. Played at the University of Hawaii from 2016 to 2019 and really was at the front end of this run for the University of Hawaii as becoming a perennial national championship type contender. He was one of the contributors to really kind of get this thing into the place that it is now.
And then he went over to Croatia and played professionally, played in Germany. Good career there.
And Kearney forces the overpass, stays on the Hawaii side. Bump set roar, quick jump, is able to tool the block. And another mature type of approach that time by Adrian Ward.
Yeah, so rather than trying to hit it hammered hard, he hammered it smart. Chiseling the end of the block.
Loyola Chicago will signal for a timeout. Ramblers hitting 583, Hawaii 333. Ramblers also out blocking Hawaii right now as well. In fact, in this second set, 3.5 team blocks to just 1 for the Bows. All right, let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, thanks, Kunal. Well, here on the Hawaii sideline, Charlie Wade taking a lot of time talking to his junior setter, Tread Rosenthal, about his options. One of the things about this Hawaii team is they have obviously a lot of weapons right now. The coaches trying to get Tread to kind of read the system of what Loyola is doing on the blocking side and try to get him to settle down and just get this into a better offensive flow. One of the things that Charlie Wade is also trying to do is get his passers to do a better job of moving their feet. He's saying right now they're being a little too lazy, relying too much on their platform and not getting their feet to the ball. He wants his team to pass better so that Tread can ultimately run a more efficient offense. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Your thoughts, C-Mac?
Yeah, I can see that Charlie would do that and want to have his the passing tonight has been much different than last weekend's 2 nights where I think Hawaii might have had one bad pass, one errant pass that forced Rosenthal off the net behind the 3-meter line. Tonight, he's spending a lot of time off that 3-meter line, and passing just got to get better or Loyola's going to start catching up to him.
We're also seeing Hawaii having to adjust to that aforementioned tempo of Loyola Chicago offensively. 2 total blocks for Hawaii in this match. How would you evaluate the way they've been trying to chase that offense down here so far tonight?
Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job of getting touches, not getting stuff blocks, but pretty good job of getting touches. But right now, I'm a little concerned that Chicago's middle, Loyola's Chicago's middles are both really good.
Again, out of the timeout, a service error for Hawaii. That is number 10 here tonight. So the calibration just a little bit off for Hawaii as a team. And so now we have Jake Reed back to serve here for Loyola Chicago. The second set still very much up for grabs. Pass by Greenwich. It's going to be a bump set by Rosenthal to War, and he blasts it off the hands, and it goes out beyond the end line. And makes another good decision that time, facing 6 Loyola Chicago hands.
Yeah, he's going high and hard. Smart job.
Rosenthal with the jump floater on that one.
Set her off the net.
Yeah, forces McGilligan to put on the track shoes, but Bobby Kovic works the block.
There's a reason why he's a 2-time All-American. Shots like that, he's a great volleyball player.
Both his parents played professional volleyball in the Czech Republic, so he comes from really good volleyball stock as well. That was a heater of a serve there by Aiden Klein. Tatriski able to touch it to the near corner. That was artful.
That was the coffin corner, Kanoa. He might have caught both lines there. The sideline and the back line. Let's see. What a play. Wow, that's really hard to do. Soft touch.
20-17. D set here, Sosa, and he got under it. And the hitting error gives Hawaii its 21st point. It's the second hitting error for Alexander Sosa. What a pass there by Reed. Outside Babakovic, the tip drops.
He's had a roll shot and a tip drop tonight for kills. Rarely see that in men's volleyball. The tip drops. Babakovic seems to know where every player is located on the court, and he just hits to the open spot.
At 3:09 last season. As that serve by McGillicuddy winds up in the netting. And so some of these hitting errors, serving errors, just some of these miscues coming at very inopportune times right now for the Ramblers, as we see for the first time this season, sophomore Kainoa Wade.
Oh, what a summer he had.
Oh my goodness. Played a lot of volleyball. Did not play last weekend. Gets the serve in. Backside, Babakovic. Kicked up in the air by Sakonoko. Tatrinsky. That's dug up there by Soa. Ramblers go outside to Sosa. Hits it out. And Louis, always with the creativity, after his own joust, was able to knock it back up with the shoe.
Oh, this is the thing of beauty. Look at Louis here. He's pressing over and then popping it up and into the net, so it came off the net. Easier ball to set.
Unbelievable. 23 serving 18. Good serve there by Wade. Backside, Babakovic hits it long. No touch up front, and it is aloha ball for Hawaii in the second frame.
Babakovic's first error of the night.
And so Kainoa Wade out of Kamehameha Kapalama with the serve for set 2, and he sends it long. Good to see him back out there. There is a good chance that we're going to see him in a capacity that is greater than just a service sub here. That's how well he's been playing throughout the summer and in the fall.
And for sure we'll see him a lot next weekend when Hawaii plays lesser opponents.
Pass there by Rohr. Here's Tatrinsky for set 2. Gets it down.
And a smart shot.
Hawaii wins the second. 25-19. And they will have an opportunity here against the 7th-ranked team in the country to crack open the broom closet.
They'll play way better here in this third set. I don't expect Hawaii will run away and hide on this one.
Louis Sakonoko will get things started as we get ready for set number 3 here under the Thursday night lights of Bank Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Diving past there, Babakovic. It is Bryce Robbins sliding dig there. Greenwich nicely done. Back bump set to Tatrinsky from behind the line, and Babakovic able to pop it up. Robbins again. Oh, that was an out ball. Saved, though, by Sakonoko. And Rohr has to left hand tap it over. Here's Robbins again. Blocked and roped. Tread Rosenthal wasn't having it.
Boy, those blocks that he had the first weekend, 11 of them, I think, altogether, really paid off, giving him a lot of confidence when he goes up block solo. Really good. There's a save by Rohr, but look at how he pushes the ball back into the court, penetrates over the net.
The team leader in blocks coming into this match, Tread Rosenthal. Of course, Hawaii was the only Big West Conference team to play last week, so they swept all the Big West awards. But yeah, Rosenthal, for his efforts, did get Big West setter and defensive player of the week. That pass tight to the net, one hand set. Aiden Klein was blocked back, and now a free pass coming over. Big advantage for the Rainbow Warriors. Here's Jordan hanging and banging and getting another kill. That's his 4th.
I like the way that Tread Rosenthal chose to go to the middle. Quicken up the offense a little bit. Keep the middle blockers on Loyola's side honest.
Look at the size of Tread Rosenthal.
6'10".
Travell Jordan's the middle at 6'10".
Yeah.
And he's given an inch to Tread Rosenthal. 2-0. Backside, here's Sosa through the block and down. Adrian Rohr almost surprised, I think, feeling like he had his hands in position, and that one still squeaked through.
Again, Louis Sakanoko's got, if he's going to hit that slow serve, he's got to serve it to somebody else other than the libero, who is arguably their best passer.
Sosa skips off the net. What a pass there by Rohr. And then the block is up onto Treesky, despite an incredible effort on the back set there by Rosenthal.
That might have been Rosenthal's best set of the year so far, 2026. He really had to work for that. Actually, he's got to go down to his knees and pop it back. It was a really good set. Just a better block by Loyola.
Loyola now with 6 blocks. It is 2 serving 2. Loyola has only led 1 time this match. That was back in set 1 early on when they were up 5-4. Back row, that's Sakanoko. The block slowed it down, so the advantage here for the Ramblers. They go middle. Klein is blocked and roofed. Travell Jordan applying the resistance. You get the feeling Travell Jordan just getting warmed up here, and still acclimated to things.
For sure.
All MPSF selection at GCU last year. Here's Sakanoko. He wasn't ready for it, and he still got it through. How did he do that, C-Mac?
He went from the back line, the 3-meter line, and ended up at the net. Go figure.
He wasn't ready for that set.
Well, I didn't think he'd think Tread was going to set him at all.
D-set. Sosa blocked and roofed. Rohr jumping up next to Todd, returning it to sender.
I think Hawaii wanted to get back in the blocking contest with Loyola. Right now, Loyola's out blocking them, and so I think Hawaii's sharpening up at the net right now.
Over on 2, and Sakanoko wasn't able to scoop it up. McElligott with the savvy play.
We expected to see more of that. I'm surprised that this is only the maybe the 2nd time in 3 sets.
You know, Shane Davis talking about the key with McElligott and what he's been working on last season plus is just kind of getting him to come out of his shell a little bit. And I think he's talking about those kinds of moments as Sosa pummels that set. I think suggesting that McElligott could benefit from having the audacity to call his own number a little bit more often.
Yeah. I suspect he will, because it really becomes a big part of the offense and really forces the other team's block to pay attention.
And the serve goes long there by Robbins. And so here's Tread Rosenthal now to serve for Hawaii. Rainbow Warriors 73-13 versus current members of the MIVA. The only current member they have yet to play is Quincy, which of course is the former program for Alexander Sosa. And there is Fabi, Daniel Fabikovic.
So that time they served Fabi, forced him to take not the same approach as he normally would. And it almost worked. He's just too good, though. He's a great player.
And that one hit out. And so all of a sudden, Loyola Chicago riding the struggle bus from the service line a little bit. Loyola Chicago celebrating its 30th anniversary as a volleyball program. As we see a change now, Will Hatch coming into the match in the middle. It's served by War. That set tight to the net. Pinballed around. Fabi able to get through the triple block. Sakanoko plays it off the net, but they're going to say he came into the net or crossed the line. And so it's going to be a point for Loyola Chicago, and Louis Sakanoko trying to understand exactly what happened.
We see a challenge here. Louis tells Charlie, Louis saying, no, I did not touch the net. Oh, he went under right there and came close to another player's feet. That becomes a dangerous play, and it's the right call, I believe.
Charlie Wade waiting for clarification, talking to Dixon Chun, the R2. Wayne Lee is the R1 tonight. And he is talking to the floor captain for Hawaii, Trev Rosenthal, Randy Rubinall, Hunter Heliniak, the two line judges.
Part of his body over the line, on the line, but he's over. And you're saying it affected the play when we're just saying that there was nobody around.
Conversations on either side of the court here after that last sequence.
Wendy probably explained to Trev that it's not just the feet going under, it could be your body going under as well. It'd be a violation of center line.
A point for the Ramblers. It is 6 serving 7 here in the third. Hawaii up 2 sets to 9. Pass by Rohr is on the money. But Todd sends it out. Would look like a golden chance there for Justin Todd to lay into one. Connection a little off the mark, so we're tied again here at 7. Hawaii flatlining it right now. 2 kills, 2 errors in the third. Pass by Greenwich. Rosenthal with the bump set. Sakanoko past the triple block. What a dig there by Soa. Joust above the tape. Hawaii has it on its side. Sakanoko again, able to swipe it off the hands, and he gets the point for the Rainbow Warriors.
What a smart play by Louis. The block was well formed, right there waiting for him, and instead of hammering it into the block, he makes a smart move of wiping it off the end blocker's hands.
Sakanoko with 5 put downs on 11 attempts. 1 hitting error. He's hitting .364. Also has an ace and 4 digs and a block. And he is just one of the most exciting players to watch with his creativity and sheer power and athleticism. Here is Favakovic. He goes cross court and wide. No touch up front. And Hawaii back up 2.
Rare error from Fabi. They're All-American, only his second of the night in 14 swings.
Averaged just under 3.3 kills per set last year. He's at 8 kills, hitting .429 here tonight. Here's Justin Todd. He's had some good service runs. That's a great pass by Soa. Sosa, that hit the pin. And so Hawaii will get the point. Alexander Sosa has been a bit of a mixed bag for him this evening, C-Mac. He has 8 kills. That's tied for the team lead, but he also has 5 hitting errors, which leads the team. Always a competitive game. Always usually a pretty thrilling type of finish when those two teams meet up. So we look forward to that. Favakovic down the line. Great up there by Justin Todd. Centered by Tetrisky. Todd free passes it over. Back row. The tip there by Robbins drops.
What a play by Robbins. Surprised he got away with it because Hawaii's blockers were not fully committed. Thought they could have turned around and taken that. Or the off blocker could have gotten it. Louis almost got it. But credit to Robbins for making the right play.
8 serving 10. And again, an ill-timed miscue for the Ramblers. That's their 11th, so they have as many service errors as Hawaii here to this point.
Once again, I'm going to give credit to Justin Todd, who just went to the bench, but he always seems to give Hawaii separation when they need it.
And that's going to be a foot foul there for Christian Tetrisky. So things a little sloppy here on both sides of the net at this stage of the third frame. You have Hawaii hitting 100. You have Loyola hitting .059. And now Lucas Anderson at Loyola High School with the serve. Tetrisky, the tip shot, diving past Sosa. And it is bumped over the net. Rosenthal blocked. The kick save attempt by Tetrisky winds up out of play. And Rosenthal wasn't able to take advantage of one that was just hanging like a fruit above the net.
It was low-hanging fruit.
Great reaction there by Robbins to challenge it. And Anderson trying to rear back a little bit for some extra sauce on it. Denied by the string.
Anderson is his side job. does women's volleyball play-by-play on ESPN. Did you know that?
Well, it runs in his family.
Yeah.
Because his mom, Anne-Marie, who was a standout volleyball player at Hofstra, is a 3-time Emmy Award-winning broadcaster and keynote speaker. And she's in the house. Got a chance to talk with her before the match, and that was quite a thrill. She is one of the absolute best in the industry as Sosa goes cross court and wide. And he has just been out of sync a little bit here in the latter stage of this match. 6th hitting error for him.
He is the newbie and playing at Quincy prior to this, so his first time playing with Loyola in a serious collegiate match.
13 serving 10. Pass there by Soa is perfect. Back row, and that's Pavlikovic getting it down along that back line. Man, this guy is tough.
He's a quick jumper. He's a high jumper. He's a great arm swing and an unbelievable work ethic.
But Sosa hits it long. There will definitely be some things, regardless of how this match winds up, that Shane Davis will be able to point to directly and say, hey, look, we clean this up here, clean this up on this side. It's a completely different kind of match.
That's why night number 2 is so good. It's always closer than night 1.
That one pulls the setter off the net. Here's Robbins, skips it off the block. Kearney able to save it. And Rosenthal sends it over. Oh, and a miscommunication between the libero Soa and Robbins. And nobody was able to field the free pass.
So do we give Rosenthal a bump kill on this? There's his bump, and there's the kill. Maybe a lot more tomorrow night.
I would imagine, yeah.
No, where's the offenses gone? Hawaii hitting 077. Loyola hitting 048.
Pavlikovic, again, one of the guys on the court. Maybe you're speaking too loud because he heard you and he immediately bettered the percentage there on the Ramblers side.
He's got 4 kills already in this set alone.
Yeah, he and Christian Tatrisky tied with 10 kills apiece. Robbins, good pass there by Louis. Middle set. And wasn't put down there by Todd. And now Pavlikovic denied access by Trent Rosenthal.
Wow, this is some kind of block, I'll tell you. Trent Rosenthal all by himself by there. You see, he showed he was taking the line away, and all of a sudden, he put that left hand in the seam and dropped into it. It was a picture-perfect block.
Sosa from behind the line hits it out again. And he might be in his head just a little bit right now. That's his 7th hitting error. You see the sarcastic smile there. This is not the norm here for Alexander Sosa. We know that. But right now, just a little bit off in the measurement. Hawaii on a 6-2 run, and they lead by 5 as the Ramblers signal for another timeout. So right now, Loyola Chicago, they're 0-0ing it here in set 3. Hawaii hitting 0-71. You know, just how you expected. All right, let's throw it over to Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, thanks. Well, here on the Loyola Chicago sideline, one of the things the coaching staff is really trying to emphasize to their team is how to take the value of a neutral. They recognize that sometimes they're in out of system where the sets may not be there. Players are still working on the timing because of this faster offense. So sometimes the outside hitters are actually earlier than the set is allowing. And so they just want their team to be a little more strategic, especially their hitters, when the set is not there or the timing is off. They said they're making way too much errors trying to avoid the block and ultimately hitting out. And so being this is the first game, timing certainly an issue, and the coaching staff just trying to preach patience right now with their team. Back over to you guys.
I couldn't agree more with what Ryan just said, especially the first match of the year. They haven't had a chance to work out a lot of kinks, and so this basically is their working out the kinks match. And I suspect that in the serve and pass tomorrow and tonight watching film that Shane Davis, having won 2 national championships, he knows what championship volleyball looks like, and he will figure out a way to get them ready for Friday night as far as the timing goes.
I mean, you can only do so much to mimic a game situation in the practice gym,
Yeah.
right? And to begin your season on the road, far from home, in this environment, you would have to expect at least some degree of that kind of up and down type of performance. Of course, Loyola Chicago hoping for a little bit of a more efficient type of showing here so far, but there is still plenty of volleyball to be played, and when you have that guy, Daniel Fabikovich, you're never quite out of it.
Notice they served him intentionally, trying to make him work harder. Look, he's carrying a big load right now.
Here's Aiden Delorier. And 5 newcomers to the program this year. Pass by Greenwich over the net and down. Oh, Trent Rosenthal fooled him.
Guess who gets the kill?
The little guy.
Quinn Greenwich gets the kill. I think it's his first kill of the as a Rainbow Warrior. Let it go, Quinn. You deserve it.
Unbelievable. 18 serving 13. War. Oh, what a diving pass by Soa. Back row Sosa. And there he is. Another guy who can get hot in a hurry. After a string of hitting errors, he gets back into the kill column. 14 serving 18 here in the third.
That was a quality swing right there.
Oh, yeah.
High ball, 2 blockers up. He just powered it.
Here's McElligott. Rosenthal with some options, goes backside to Treesky. And McElligott had it on the platform, couldn't conjure up the save. So Christian Treesky, who was on fire early in the match, didn't really hear too much from him for a small stretch. And there he is now with his 11th kill. He's hitting, once again, a fat 444 tonight.
That's a big number against a very good team.
Here's Kainoa Wade in and back to serve. Back row, that one hit long by Robbins. Had a pretty open net that time. Wasn't able to make it work.
He did well constructed play. Great pass off a pretty good Kainoa Wade serve.
20 serving 14. And that's an ace. A heater by Kainoa Wade.
That looks a little bit stronger than what I remember last year. Him hitting, you know, he's hitting more in the 60, high 60s, low 70s numbers. You know, we'll see if he backs off here just to keep it in play.
And you can see some of the physical development for him, and why not? Back to back, and Hawaii has built out an 8-point advantage.
Looks like Robinson's going to come out and Reed's going to take his place.
Reed, maybe the better passer of this OH2 group. Wade goes to the other side. What a pass by Fabikovich. Gets the set, roll shot. Wade with the save. Rosenthal, D-set to Roar. Did he get a touch? Yes, he did. Adrian Roar with his 8th kill, and Hawaii is now putting it on the Ramblers of Loyola Chicago.
Look at the big smile from Adrian. He doesn't smile, though. He's a pretty serious guy, so for him to be smiling like that, he knows he kind of got away with one there.
Another brilliant serve by Wade. Fabikovich blocked and rolled. Louis Sakanoko, très magnifique, and it is aloha ball for Hawaii.
Louis was feeling good about that one. Well positioned, arms in good position, pressing over the net. What a run Kainoa Wade has been on.
Serving for the match. Another great serve. High and away it goes to Sosa, the tip. There's Rosenthal. So Wade gonna set up to Treesky, and he is blocked right back into his lap. And it is not over yet, but Hawaii will sit on aloha ball if necessary for some time here.
Let's see if Trent Rosenthal repeats to Treesky or goes to the middle.
by Greenwich. Rosenthal outside. Louis clobbers the winner. An exclamation point to cap a sweep victory for the Rainbow Warriors. A Kahi, a Lua, aloha to go to 3-0.
No, that was impressive, to say the least. Especially that last audibleized play, that set to Louis Sakanoko, went over the middle attacker. So who was jumping, by the way. So Loyola middle blocker went up, and Louis one-on-one just hammered away. Look how happy he is.
Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. There were some strong performances all around, but Daniel Pavkovic for sure. A guy who stood out once again for Loyola Chicago, 11 kills, 333, a block, and 3 digs. And Trent Rosenthal, who has developed into the undeniable leader of this team, and what he does to fill up a stat sheet is something to behold. 26 assists, 5 kills, and 3 blocks. C-Mac, this was impressive. Hey, look, there was a little bit of sloppiness here and there on both sides of the net. You can certainly say that Loyola Chicago, being that it was their opening night, looked like there was a little bit of dust perhaps that needed to be wiped off. And we expect certainly a better overall effort tomorrow. But for Hawaii to do this against as talented a team as the Ramblers are, despite Hawaii having 2 matches under its belt versus none for Loyola Chicago, is still nothing to sneeze at.
Absolutely. Hawaii's got to remember that the last time Loyola was in town on night number 2, Loyola won 3-2 after getting blitzed on night number 1. So Hawaii's got to really be careful about not overestimating the potential of this team. Loyola, see the Loyola guys clapping there?
Yeah, that was really cool.
40 to 50, not only for the Hawaii fans, but also the 40 to 50 people who traveled from Chicago to watch them.
Yeah, they got a good crowd joining them here on this trip, but obviously a lot of respect between these two programs, and of course the Antes always with the aloha for both teams. All right, Scott Robbs is standing next to the winning head coach, Charlie Wade. Scotty, take it away.
I am. Thank you, Charlie. Just looking over the numbers, Coach. A much tougher opponent here tonight, but another dominant performance.
Yeah, almost too easy. You know, that's a really good team. We did some little things pretty well, and obviously offensively early on we're really good. And, you know, we know Treads does Tread things, and we receive serve pretty well. So, yeah, a lot to be positive about. You know, there's still, for us, a lot we can get better at. I think we can get better defensively. You know, the serving, I've been saying, even in that first and second set, you saw a couple errors, but they were inside the context of what we're talking about. They were acceptable errors. A little higher percentage than we're used to, but against a really good team, you're going to expect that. So I think it'll be an absolute battle tomorrow night. I was telling the team, I think every set will get harder all the way through this thing. So expect a much closer match tomorrow night.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about tomorrow night. This was their first match, so it should be a much better or more competitive matchup, you would think.
Yeah, and both teams get a chance to look at film of themselves, you know, playing against the opponent instead of kind of, you know, trying to extrapolate stuff from last year. So night 2 will be a battle for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Aloha.
Aloha.
All right, and we expect a pretty large crowd for a Friday night in a top 10 matchup, Hawaii and Loyola Chicago round 2 tomorrow night. C-Mac, I'll give you the last word. You were touching on it. You expect it to be a better performance and showing by Loyola Chicago tomorrow, but still, you look at Hawaii, they hit 426, and they had 7 service aces as a squad. Kainoa Wade was able to polish things off there late in the 3rd frame. There is still so much to be incredibly impressed by with this Hawaii team.
Kainoa was, you know, he had been waiting around like an hour. Comes in cold, all of a sudden goes in there and serves up a bunch of aces, and really played some really good volleyball. And Hawaii, how about holding Loyola Chicago? You know, normally a really high octane kind of an offense team to 172. That's about half of what they normally hit. So Hawaii's got to be pleased on both sides of the ball, that's for sure.
Yeah, Loyola Chicago will probably feel like a lot of those hitting errors and service errors, a lot of self-inflicted stuff. So you'd imagine a little bit of a cleaner showing tomorrow. It's going to be a good one, no matter what. A high volleyball level on display here this week in Manoa. All right, that'll do it for us. Don't forget about the post-game show. Corner Crew will break it down. But for now, for C-Mac, Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. On behalf of the rest of our Spectrum Sports crew, we bid you aloha from Manoa.